The night was cold and quiet, one of those nights where loneliness felt heavier than the air itself. A soft drizzle painted the windshield as Ethan Cole, a single dad working 2 jobs, pulled into a dimly lit gas station at the edge of town. His 7-year-old daughter, Lily, had fallen asleep in the back seat clutching her worn-out teddy bear. Ethan sighed as he looked at the gas meter nearly empty. Just like his wallet, he was exhausted, surviving day by day, ever since his wife passed away 3 years ago. But as he stepped out to fill the tank, something caught his eye: a young woman sitting by the side of the station, drenched, shivering, and crying. She looked lost. Her clothes, though expensive, were soaked through, and her hands trembled as she tried to shield her pregnant belly from the cold wind. Ethan's instincts kicked in. He hesitated for a moment. This wasn't his problem, he told himself, but compassion overpowered caution. He grabbed his jacket and walked toward her. "Hey, are you okay? Do you need help?" he asked gently. The woman lifted her face, mascara streaking down her cheeks. "Please see Broken Bar, I just need to rest somewhere warm." "Yeah, I can't go home." Her voice cracked between sobs. Ethan didn't know who she was, but something in her eyes screamed heartbreak, fear, and exhaustion, of the same kind of pain he'd once seen in the mirror. "Come on," he said softly, "you'll freeze out here. I've got a little one with me, but we can take you somewhere safe." She hesitated, then nodded weakly. He helped her to the car, wrapping his jacket around her shoulders. When they got in, Lily stirred awake, her innocent eyes blinking at the stranger beside her. "Daddy, who's that?" she whispered. Ethan smiled softly. "Someone who needs our help, sweetheart." The woman forced a small smile. "I'm Ava," she said quietly. "Thank you, Broken Bar, for stopping." They drove through the rain to Ethan's small apartment on the outskirts of the city. The place wasn't much: 2 rooms, old furniture, and peeling wallpaper, but it was warm, and it was safe. Ava couldn't stop thanking him, though her words carried a weight of guilt. When Ethan offered her some soup and an old blanket, she broke down again. "You don't even know me," she said, wiping her tears. "Why would you do this for a stranger?" Ethan shrugged lightly. "Because someone once did it for me, and maybe someday, you'll do it for someone else." Over the next few days, Ava stayed with them. Lily grew attached to her quickly, always talking to the baby in Ava's belly, calling it the little peanut. The sound of laughter slowly returned to the apartment, something Ethan hadn't heard in years. Ava helped around the house, cooked when she could, and insisted on paying for groceries. But Ethan always refused. What he didn't know was that Ava wasn't just any pregnant woman. She was Ava Sterling, the young CEO of Sterling Industries, a billion-dollar company. Her life looked perfect from the outside: power, success, and luxury, but behind closed doors, she was broken. The father of her unborn child had betrayed her, leaking her private life to the press and destroying her trust. She had run away from it all that night, overwhelmed, just needing to feel human again. One evening, while Ethan was fixing the leaky sink, Ava walked in holding 2 cups of tea. "You're good with your hands," she said softly. He smiled faintly. "Years of being a single dad. You learn to do everything yourself." "Your daughter's lucky," Ava said, her voice thick with emotion. "Most people would have given up by now." Ethan looked up. "I did, for a while, but she saved me." That night, Ava couldn't sleep. She stood by the window, watching Ethan tuck Lily into bed and whisper goodnight. A tear slipped down her cheek as she had money, fame, everything people dreamed of, but she'd never known a love as pure as that. Days turned into weeks. The bond between them deepened in quiet, unspoken ways. Ethan never asked about her past, never pried, never treated her like she was broken. And Ava, for the first time, felt free from judgment, free from expectations, free to just be. But the illusion couldn't last forever. One morning, Ethan turned on the TV, and there she was, Ava Sterling, CEO of Sterling Industries, missing for 2 weeks. His jaw tightened as he looked at her, realizing the truth. She came out of the kitchen just in time to see the news broadcast. "Gary Broken Bar, a millionaire CEO," he said quietly, disbelief in his voice. Ava's eyes filled with tears. I was going to tell you. I just didn't want you to see me as her. I wanted to be just Ava. Ethan added slowly, the hurt clear on his face. You could have trusted me. I know, she whispered, her voice breaking. But no one's ever looked at me like you did. Not for money, not for power, and just a broken Barmy. She left that day, her heart heavy. Ethan didn't stop her. But for weeks after, the apartment felt colder, quieter. Lily asked about her every night, wondering when Ava and the baby would come back. Months later, Ethan got an unexpected call, a request for a job interview at Sterling Industries. He was confused but went anyway. When he arrived, the receptionist led him straight to the top floor. The doors opened to reveal Ava radiant, holding a baby in her arms. I never forgot what you did for me, she said softly. I wanted to give something back. He looked at her, emotion rising in his chest. You didn't have to. I wanted to, she said, smiling through tears. You gave me warmth when I had no one. Maybe now, broken bar, I can give you a home. Lily ran in, squealing as she saw the baby. Ava laughed, the sound filling the room with light. Ethan smiled too, the weight of his struggles finally lifting. For the first time in years, he felt like life had come full circle. Because sometimes, the people who show up when you least expect them are the ones who see you at your weakest, are the ones who heal you in ways you never thought possible. And that night at the gas station, it wasn't fate, it was life's way of saying, love finds you when you stop running.